Should have checked. Ooh, fancy place. Me like. Well, if we remove the cages, then that would be.
Oh, Baron! How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
So, I actually took a pretty nice screenshot from up here at one point. I went up here, and then when I reached the what are they called in English anyway? Why can't I walk? Those these up under the roofs. I climbed those, and then I walked all the way over there, looked down, and took an awesome screenshot. The interesting thing is that, well, I guess I could show you. Can I do that without falling? Yeah, I can do that. See? I'm not sure if we're supposed to be doing this, but judging by the sounds, we might just. And it's a bad idea to fall. I can reassure you that. But this is an awesome view. You got to admit that. Anyway, enough of that. Back to the Let's Play, not the Let's View. If this was just a Let's View, then, well, you wouldn't be watching me. Oh, well, then again, you are watching, so it's. Well, whatever. What's this? Oh, the Baron himself. I hear some weird noises in here. I don't see any. Where do these noises come from? Where do these noises come from? I found string. If this has been Minecraft, I could probably use the string to craft a bow. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I'd figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected proveness. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the Amnesia drink and try again later. What sick people? The Amnesia drink, that sounds... Oh, a diary. That sounds familiar though. Is it you, my love? Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time, it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. So he's getting desperate now. That's at least something for us. It's a good thing for us. I really wonder where that sound comes from. It's really starting to bug me. Anyway, at least our sanity is pretty... Whoa, it's really good.
Get her back.
It was really good. Until Daniel started talking to himself. And I'm really sorry about my coughing. I seem to have got something stuck in my throat or something. That happens. Well, let's just take the rooms from an end off. What do we have here except for darkness? Let's see. So we have... Oh dear, that's just... Well, it's torture. Do I really have to touch it? The kidnapper sat on her knees, with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted, and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm reading this out loud. Oy. What's that sound? Oh. Piece of the orb. Yeah, this is really not good for Daniel's mind. What is... Oh. Oh, why am I even doing this? Yeah, that was enough to send Daniel straight into insane. Oh great, that's just freaking great. Ugh. Oh, wake up Daniel, you're starting to remember something. The freaking torture you helped Alexander do on other people. Jeez, whoa. Tripping out. Tripping out, tripping out, tripping out. Yeah, let's just... Flashback?
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Okay, so if anyone can recall the man from the prison cells who talked about about being innocent because and that the reason someone died was because he ran into a burning house, I think this must be where he ended up. Okay.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
Oh my God. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Oh. Make him forget. That means they just tortured him, then made him forget, and then tortured him again? Oh, this is just sick. Just... oh my God. Yeah, I had forgotten how bad this is. I mean, it's not scary, it's just plain sick. Oh. Do you see that? I think Daniel's starting to hallucinate. Because that was definitely empty earlier. Okay, last torture chamber of this area. What's that sound? It's a oh no. Oh. Oh, this saw. Yeah, I remember this. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we'll try not to look too much at that. Whoa, Daniel's really tripping now. Okay, I need just some sort of light. Just to keep him from going totally insane. Yes, you might be able to see that's a bit late, maybe, perhaps. That helped perhaps a bit? The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Oh dear God, that must be... oh my... The grate covers a drainage pipe. The blood needs a vessel. Okay, so I think I'll need to take this. For fuck's sake. So we now have a glass jar of blood. Wonderful. Not sure what we'll need that for, but wait, did we get everything here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's it. Else, if not, we'll just have to come back. This isn't really the worst place after you read the stories. Okay, the shadow's getting closer. The shadow's getting very much closer. Okay. Back to the nave. Carefully cutting the man open made him think. This is how father must feel about his craft, being an artisan relying on one's skill to perform something so delicate grants a certain form of pride. Oh, Daniel, you're just being sick now. Seriously, come on, man. You can't be proud of the oh my God. Agrippa, don't shock me like that while I'm talking to myself. What's with this? Another note. The remaining odd pieces can be found in the choir. Okay, so next up, the choir. Nothing to light there, nothing to light there. It's just starting to get a bit low on these. I guess we might want to save a few. And a note. Agrippa channels Weyer. Weyer taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Weyer claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige. But how am I to part from him, if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is most helpless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from agonized human victims' blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tempter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Kernick. I will have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. So, one note speaks of a mixture made with 3 ingredients. And I think we already have two of them. One being the blood, which contains the vitae, and the other one being the remains, which should be that Tamta thing. So we just need the fungi. But here's another diary for you. Incurred the order of the Black Evils. Eagle. Spew their politics at each other, while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cover before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away. While I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. 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 That's a fancy word. Anguish. I need to look up what that actually means. I forget. I will. Oh. That might become useful. And I think that's it for this room. Unless there's something hidden behind here. Or behind there. Or perhaps behind here. No, but I could hide here if I need to hide. That's pretty useful to know. So, going on to the choir entrance. Something died inside of him that day. Watching that man slip away was more than his mind was willing to handle. So, apparently Daniel did lose his mind at one point. Which we should be thankful for, because that's the reason we are here now, I guess. What do we have here? Tinderbox. Weird sounds. Another tinderbox that I can just barely reach. Some notes about the human skull, the human autonomy. Autonomy. Yeah, how humans are built. Should I touch this? Should I? After the man had secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Oh dear God. What are you moaning? Another note. What?
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions.
Oh.
No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry.
Do I really have to do that? Okay, I guess.
Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Daniel. For fuck's sake.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
And that was the very downfall of our hero. That was when he lost it. Oh my God. He lost it so badly. Well, that's it being off recording for now. So, yeah. I hope you people will have patience to wait for another recording. I should have materials to provide you with episodes for a time actually. But until next time, I hope you just take care and stay safe. And don't end up like Daniel, for goodness sake. So yeah, see you all next time. Hoping that nothing's here. Okay, I need to cross a bridge. Run, 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 run. Oh god, I heard that. Please, 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 please don't have seen me. Oh dear God.